Okay, it is Friday, April the 3rd, and in math today, we are going to divide fractions. We have been multiplying, and you should have that down. And today, we are going to start into dividing fractions. Okay, don't get nervous. After just a few minutes, you're going to have this down so well, you're going to be flying through it. Okay, now the first thing I want to do before we really start, please, first I would beg you, please watch and listen. Don't try to rush ahead. Don't try, I think I got this, and keep going. I want you to listen to all of the instructions today, okay? Now, I want us to look at the pictures and see what is happening. Once we see what's happening with the pictures, we can get rid of the pictures and do the process that we're going to figure out. But I want you to see it in the pictures first, because as you see it, you're going to say, oh, that's what's happening. I want you to understand what's happening instead of just have a list of steps. If all you have is a list of steps, you might get those list of steps mixed up with other things, okay? But I want you to understand what it means to divide a whole number by a fraction, okay? Now, so on number 1, it starts you with 2 circles like this. And the fraction is, or the problem is, 2 divided by 1/4. 2 divided by 1/4. So what it's asking is, I want to take 2 things that are wholes and I want to split them up into fourths. And the answer to the problem will be then, how many pieces do I have left over at the end? So if I want to divide 2 by 1/4, the answer is going to tell me how many pieces I have. And you may already have that in your mind. Let's figure this out. I'm going to try to draw this neatly. Here we go. So I want you to do this with me on your circles, okay? We're going to take these circles and we're going to split them into fourths. So there's the first one. You're doing this with me. Okay, so I have taken 2 circles and I have split them into fourths. Now, how many fourths do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's my answer. My answer here is 8. So, unlike most division problems, to where when we're using whole numbers and I say 63 divided by 7, I get a smaller number. In division with fractions, you're going to wind up with a larger number. Why? Because you're splitting something up into more pieces. Do you understand? With fractions, it's not like with whole numbers and I'm grouping things. With fractions, I'm actually cutting it into smaller pieces. And so when I divide, my answer is actually going to be bigger than I started. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask you for a quick math way to figure this out in a minute. I want you to see what happened here with 2 divided by 1/4. We wound up with an answer of 8. How could I have gotten 8 without drawing a picture? I want you to think about that for a minute. Let's go to the next one, okay? Number 2, 1 divided by 2/6. So first of all, I need to take this and I need to turn it into sixths. So the easiest way for me to do that is to draw a line down the middle, and then I'm going to draw a line this way, and then I'm going to draw a line this way. See how I've turned it into sixths? Now it says I want to separate it into 2/6. So there is 1 2/6. Here is another 2/6. And here is another 2/6. So how many 2/6 are there? There's 3, right? There's 3 2/6. If I split 1 into 2/6, I wind up with 3. Okay, let's look at the next one. So you have this picture for you, 4 rectangles. So it's 4 divided by 1/3. So we're going to take each of these boxes and we are going to split them into 3 pieces. Now, how many pieces do we have? We have 12 pieces, right? So 4 divided by 1/3 is 12. Now, here's my question. How could I have come up with 12? Look at this problem here. Do you see the numbers 4 and 3? And that if I multiply those, I get 12? Let's go back up here. What if I multiply 2 and 4? Do I get 8? What about this? If I divide 6 by 2, I get 3. Let me teach you a word that we're going to use here. Touching the wrong keys. Reciprocal. And I spelled it wrong. There we go. Reciprocal. A reciprocal is a number flipped upside down. Just flipped. So a reciprocal, okay, so let's say I had the number 1/3. A reciprocal is going to flip that number upside down. The reciprocal is going to be 3/1. It would be the same as if you just took it and flipped it right upside down. So let's do another one. The reciprocal of 4/8 is what? 8/4. You get it? Just flip it. Okay? So for dividing fractions, here's our steps. Take the reciprocal of the second number and multiply. All right? For example, let's go back to number 1. Number 1 was 2 divided by 1/4. If I'm going to do it, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say 2 times, I'm going to change that division to a multiplication, and I'm going to flip the fraction. 4/1. Then I can multiply straight across. 2 times 4 is 8/1, which is the same as 8. Do you see? So I changed the division to a multiplication sign and flip. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Flip it upside down. Flip it upside down. Okay? Let's do a few. Now, if you want to rewrite your pictures, okay, the next one says draw a picture to solve. You can. Some of these you could do the picture just like we did. But if you understand how the picture works and now you want to just flip, let's do it. Okay? We don't need to draw out pictures for all of those. I want you to understand the concept and be able to do it and move on. Okay? So let's look at number 4. 3 divided by 1/2. So let's change it. Here we go. Underneath, I want you to rewrite 3 times flip 2/1. Now we simply multiply straight across. 3 times 2 is 6/1. We get rid of the 1. It's the same as 6. Okay. Let's try 5. 2 divided by 1/8. Rewrite it. 2 times flip, 8 over 1 equals, multiply straight across, 16 over 1, which is the same as 16. Got it yet? It's pretty easy, huh? Okay, 6. 9 divided by 3/4. Now we've got more than just a 1, okay? But it's going to work the same way. Go down here, let's rewrite it. 9 times flip, 4 over 3 equals. Now, so multiply straight across the top. 9 times 4 is 36 divided by 3. We bring the denominator straight over. 36 divided by 3 is 12. 7. 1 divided by 2/12. Rewrite it. 1 times flip, 12 over 2 equals, multiply straight across. Well, there's nothing to do there, right? 12 over 2 equals 6. 8. 2 divided by 3/6 equals, rewrite it. 2 times flip, 6 over 3. Now, multiply straight across. 2 times 6 is 12 divided by 3. And then if I work that out, I get 4. Are you getting the flipping? So you keep the left hand. You don't flip the left. You flip the right fraction, okay? And you change the sign to a multiplication sign. One more, and then I'm going to let you do those last 3 on the front by yourself. 4 divided by 2/3. Rewrite it. 4 times flip, 3 over 2. Multiply straight across, 12 over 2. Fix it. 6. Got it? Okay. Now, you're going to... Did I do that right? Yeah. You're going to do the bottom 3. Now, look at the back. They're talking to you about using a different way. I'm going to say keep flipping. They're trying to let you see it in multiple ways, and that is fine. Our brains work well with that sometimes. Sometimes when we're dealing with a new concept, though, it can confuse us a little bit. So if you want to try to figure it out their way, you go right ahead. More power to you. You can do it. And you can read that top and figure it out. But if not, it works the same way. Flip the right-hand number. Keep doing the same way we have been doing. And at the bottom, 19, 20, and 21, those are all those input-output tables, okay? And they're wanting you to divide. You're going to do it the same way. You're going to flip this number. So really, all you're going to do to this whole table is you're going to multiply each of these numbers times what? 2, because you're going to flip that upside down. So each one of these numbers gets multiplied by 2, and that is it. Now look at the next one. It's divide by 1/4. So if I'm going to flip the 1/4, it's going to be multiply times 4. So all you have to do for that second chart is multiply each of those numbers times 4. Then the next one has a little bit more steps to it, because you're going to flip 2/3 upside down, and you're going to multiply times 3, then divide by 2. Okay, so you're going to flip that number, multiply times 3, and then divide by 2 to find your answer. Okay, I think you can do it. Please, I just barrel through. You're with me. I know you're with me. I know you're saying, what? Dividing fractions, this isn't hard. We've got this, all right? Keep going. I'm proud of you. Let me know below when you're finished. Say I'm done. I'm ready for my weekend. Have a great day.